Hello and welcome to First and 10, the best place for interviews of American football coaches, players, and executives from leagues outside of the U.S. I'm your host, Desi Barber. And for updates and notification about the show and new videos, please subscribe to the show here on YouTube. You can also like us on Facebook at First and 10. That's first and the number 10. You can also follow us on Instagram. That's First and 10 5700. Today, we have a guest. He is the president of the American Football Federation in the Ivory Coast. He is also the head coach of the Riviera Golf Golden Eagles in the Ivory Coast as well. My guest today is Coach Stephen Mboa. So, Coach, welcome to First and 10, first of the new year. Welcome to the show, and I'm glad to have you on.
Thank you. It's been an honor to be a guest on your show. And Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year to you, especially.
Awesome, awesome, Coach. Let's just jump right into it. Obviously, the world has been impacted by COVID-19, and being the president of the federation there in the Ivory Coast, talk about the challenges of COVID-19 with the federation and what the outlook is moving forward.
Well, it's been a really special year and a weird year. I must say, I must add. The federation is brand new. We just started in 2020, and that's the exact year COVID-19 showed up. So everything we did plan for the year and everything we did plan on the personal level, but also on the international level, was canceled, and it was a huge blow for most of us, like everybody in the world. But for Ivory Coast, it was special because the funny thing is that COVID did impact us, but not like it did impact the U.S. or Europe. So you got kids that was told not to play sports. We didn't have confinement at all. Kids couldn't play sports, but it's like we only had 138 people dying from COVID since 2020. So the impact was not that big for the kids. So they were like really not down with not playing the sport. It was hard to make them understand that it's a pandemic. We must take this very seriously, and we must postpone everything. It was really weird. It was weird, really, because we've been seeing all these news from Europe, from the US, that people dying, people getting sick, and we were seeing nothing in here like that. We have a few people getting sick for real, but 100 people dead. That's not that many. So that was weird. That was a weird year. Everything was postponed, and even now in 2021, we're just trying to figure out how we're going to play the year.
So talk about the plan right now for the year. Like, what's the outlook? When do you guys plan to start? When do you guys plan to compete against each other?
Okay, the like I said, 2020 was special because we were supposed to have a game against Nigeria. We call it the Sankofa Bowl. The team I created, called the Golden Eagles, was supposed to have a game against the Lagos Marines from Nigeria, and the game was supposed to take place April the 3rd, no, April the 4th, 2020, and the country was shut down March the 25th. So barely 1 week before the game. And before that, we have an Ivorian player who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl. His name is Tano Pesano. It was supposed to come to Ivory Coast. It was supposed to meet him, to go meet the vice president of the country and all that. So everything was stopped and called and postponed 2021. So now we get in 2021. So all the things we're supposed to do in 2020, now we must do in 2021. The problem is we have the budget for 2020. We don't have the budget for 2021 yet. So it's a weird situation because we don't know we know what we're supposed to do, but we don't know how we're going to do it. So we were supposed to have this game probably, I believe, at the end of the year, because like we heard, COVID-19 is back on track. A lot of countries are shutting down again. So to make sure we have the right funds, the right preparation for all that, we postpone all the games and all the things that's important to the end of the year. So right now we're just getting back to practice. All the teams going to get back to practice, and we're going to see what's going to happen.
So do you guys have like practice restrictions, like a set number of players against a set number of players? Like for example, here in Denmark, we can only be 5 people at a time training, and that's including the coach. And so obviously teams going to have to make adjustments to do small groups. Do you
Mhm.
guys have that restriction?
Now we don't have that restriction here. What we had last year in 2020 was the government shut down all sports operation. So for like 5 months straight, we couldn't play sports. But when the government was like, okay, you guys are good to go, we started with small groups at first, but then we get back to normal. And now we're back to normal until further notification by the government, we're back to normal. So we got all squads, all teams, we play like we used to play. Um, and we almost back to normal, but we just looking to see what's going to happen.
Talk about the number of teams that you have in the league, and kind of like give a brief overview of each team.
Here's the thing: the first team that was created in 2014. They're called the Dockers from Treasury. Treasury is on the south side of town. The second team that was created is my team, the Riviera Golf Golden Eagles. Riviera Golf is a neighborhood in the north side of town. And then after that, there was another team from the north side of town that was created, was called the Black Scorpions. And then the latest team that was created in 2018, and they're called the Gladiators, also from the north side of town, but way far from where we at. So we got 4 teams right now. We got 2 teams that was supposed to get created, or that was on the verge of creation, but because of COVID-19, everything stopped. So right now we got 4 teams, like I said, the Dockers, the Golden Eagles, the Black Scorpions, and the Gladiators. That's the 4 team of the federation. Um, all teams play tackle and flag, but the Golden Eagles don't play flag football right now. Yeah, Golden Eagles are all tackle team. The Dockers, the Black Scorpions, and the Gladiators right now are into flag and somehow into tackle. So that's the general structure of the federation.
You talked a little bit about 2 more teams that were supposed to be joining the league. Is
Yeah,
there any
yeah.
other plans for expansion?
Right now, there's only these 2 teams that are supposed to be playing 2021. If they get registration clear, but that's a huge part of the problem. Things are taking slow. Things are really slow in Ivory Coast when you want to get registered officially as a football team. So it takes a lot of time. So hopefully one of these 2 teams going to be registered in 2021. We hope that. But even if they do, they won't be able to play until 2022 or 2023. So right now we just go with the 4 teams we have. Hopefully we have more teams that are going to jump on board. Problem is you don't have access to equipment here, and it's really expensive. Most teams are self-funded, so that's a real challenge to get people on board and equipment and all that. So not too many people don't know the sports enough to be coaches and all that. So it takes time. It takes time. Hopefully, we have 2 or 3 teams in the two more years to come. But right now, we just go with the 4 teams we have.
Awesome. Coach, just talk a little bit about the Golden Eagles. One of the things that actually drew me to contact you over a year ago was that I saw a video of you guys actually training in a monsoon pour down rain. Could you talk a little bit about your approach to coaching and your approach to coaching the Golden Eagles?
Okay, yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do on a regular basis. Like we say, the thing people must understand when you talk about football in Africa, especially in our coast, you have no infrastructure for that. You have no football field. You have no equipment, like I said, and you have to start from scratch, really from scratch. And the kids, some of the kids we got on our teams come from very rough social background. So they work, some feed their family with the work they do. So they only can come to practice once a week. That's the best thing we have, once a week. Maybe twice a week, but it's not that easy to get everybody on board twice a week. So once a week. So when we get the opportunity to have a practice section or other, we defied all odds. Even if it rains, even if it's snow, there's never been snow in Ivory Coast or in that part of Africa. But even if it happens, we will still gonna have practice, and the kids know that, and they like that. That's the spirit we have. We go against all odds, and that's the spirit we have of the Golden Eagles, but also the other teams. We all do the same thing because we know we have to teach them kids that obstacles are made to be run over. You must go through it. So we don't have fancy fields or anything of that sort. We play on every circumstance we get and on all conditions. So that's exactly what we do.
That's fantastic, Coach. Coach, could you also talk about the program in the Golden Eagles and your outreach to the youth? Could you go a little bit more in detail about your youth program?
Okay, when we saw the Golden Eagles, the goal was to keep the kids busy. That was the first approach. Keep the kids busy because we were coming at a time in the country where kids were just like in most countries and most developing countries too, were into money, easy money, quick money, by all means and by illegal means too. So what we wanted to do is to give kids values and focus. And when we started this Golden Eagles thing, we were like 6 players. I was the only coach with 6 players. And the kids started buying into the project because they were saying that there was playing football was teaching them about themselves. It was teaching them about life. And the kids that jumped on board, we had no equipment at all. I remember we had 2 footballs and 1 helmet. That's all we had. And I was saying to these kids, I said, we can go as further as you allowed us to go. That means that we can go to Dubai, we can go to Pakistan, Afghanistan, America, wherever, if you put the work into it. You know what I'm saying? So that was the mentality that I was teaching the kids. And we had 7 kids to begin. After that, we got 14, then 20, then 25. And now 5 years later, we have like 65 people on the team.
Wow.
We have the youngsters, the peewees, the golden peewees, I call them. We got the juniors, the golden hawks. We got the golden eagles, and we also have the cheerleaders, the golden blaze. So that's how we function. And some kids went to America. Some kids are playing in America right now. Some players are playing in France. Some are playing in Canada. And we're glad to be a part of it. So that's the approach we have. We have a sport approach about the game, but also a social approach about the game. And some kids was telling me that football changed their life. They will say, Coach, to be honest, I don't know where I would be without football today because I was going a certain way, a certain path. And that's because of you guys, of what you were telling us, what you were teaching us, that I was like, okay, I can do better than that. And of course, football doesn't pay here. Like I said, we pay for everything. All the helmets you see were paid for by myself, about some members of the staff. So they know that we're not going to get paid playing right away or at all. But it was giving them values on themselves, self-esteem, and that you cannot put price on that type of thing. So that's what I'm most proud of, to see the guys and the kids saying, Coach, I'm so happy with myself right now in life. Not because I succeeded in anything, but because I value myself way more than when I started playing football.
I know that there's a lot of people out there that may not know much about the Ivory Coast. Could you talk a little bit about the country itself? What is Ivory Coast known for? What is the food in the Ivory Coast like? Is it spicy? Is it like what are the main dishes? Could you talk a little bit about the country itself?
Okay, no problem. Ivory Coast is in West Africa. It's in West Africa. We're surrounded by on the east by Guinea, by Liberia, on the north by Burkina Faso, by Mali, and on the west by Ghana. Ivory Coast is one of the most important country in West Africa. And when I mean important, I mean when you talk about economics, we one of the biggest biggest economy in West Africa and in Africa, by the way, along with Nigeria, along with South Africa, places like that. And Ivory Coast is known for being a party country, and Abidjan a party town. It's like people go to nightclubs 7 days a week. 7 days a week. We're known for being a show-oriented people. We like to show off a lot. We like to party a lot, and it's mostly a peaceful place. We had political turmoil these 20 last years, but it's like it's get real calm. Then we got political turmoil. Then get back to calm again, and it's a real nice place to live. It's a real nice place to live. It's sunny all the time. We got lots of beautiful beaches. We do eat spicy. That's the thing we do. But also, then you might be surprised. And I was when we had the game against Nigeria, Sankofa Bowl, Nigerian guys came to Ivory Coast for the first time. And one of the coaches was living in the U.S. was like, the thing that he was surprised with Ivory Coast, it was like, it's in Africa, but it's looked like a Western town. You know what I'm saying? So we have Burger King here, we have Pizza Huts, we have all that, but still we do have African food and Ivorian food, and we have our own type of music, though a lot of youngsters are into hip hop, French hip hop, US hip hop and all that. So it's a mix of African culture and Western culture too.
Awesome. I know, Coach, you sent me a video not too long ago, and it looks amazing. I'm looking forward to get down there to work with you guys as soon as all this travel.
Everybody's welcome, and you're welcome to come, though, anytime you want.
And I'm coming.
The only thing is that you're going to have to speak French, though.
I got you. I got you. No worries. No worries. Coach, it's been fantastic talking to you. And could you let us know, where could we find you? Like, where could we follow and find the Golden Eagles?
Okay, you can find the Federation on Facebook. Right now, we're on social medias. So you can find us on Facebook. The name of the Federation is called the FIFAM, FIFAM. That stands for Ivory Coast, American Football Federation of Ivory Coast. So that's where the Federation is. As for the Golden Eagles, the exact name is Riviera Golf Golden Eagles. We are on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube, on Facebook. We also have a link, www.goldeneaglescorporated.com. And that's where you can find us, find anything about us. And you can be free to watch our videos, watch what we do, how we practice, and even reach out to us. We're always available to talk.
Coach, that's fantastic. I want to thank you again for the interview, and thank you for your time. And we're gonna stay in touch. I'm gonna talk a little bit with you off air, really briefly. But as we say in Denmark, tak for nu.
Yeah, and like we say in Ivory Coast, on est ensemble. I mean, we stick together. On est ensemble. That's what we say.
That's awesome, brother. You have a good night, man, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
All right.
Peace out.
Yeah.